Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to cover 3 apps I use every time I build a new website. So these 3 apps that I'm going to cover are going to boost your productivity, help you grow as a designer, and become more efficient as you go. Now, if we haven't met, my name is David, pleasure to meet you, and I have helped build over 150 websites for clients who are doing an $800 project all the way up to a $20,000 project or $25,000 project. So there's a lot of experience coming into this. These 3 websites are gold. Let's begin. First and foremost is going to be Landbook. Landbook is going to be an amazing tool for you if you're building a new website. Why? Because it's going to give you so much inspiration on what is out there and what design trends are happening right now. If you're building on Squarespace for the first time, or you're building a site for the first time and you're just getting into this world of website design, a lot of the stuff here is going to be really complicated, but that's not the point. The point is, it will inspire you in ways you've never imagined. You don't necessarily need to copy it or do it exactly as they do it. But what is so useful about this is you see color palettes, you see font combinations, you see icons, you see different styles of how people lay out information. The UI UX experience is beautiful on all of these sites as well. So it's a really great spot to begin. What I like to do is I'll come to Landbook. If I have a specific style of project in mind, I'll click on one of these or go to tags and then find some tag I like. But I'll just go to one, let's say landings. And then once I'm here, I'll start to click into a few that I like. So I just hold down Command on my keyboard, and I'll click this little button here. And I'll start to open up a few sites. And basically what I'm doing is anything I think that is relevant to what I'm doing, I will open up, and then from there start to take a look at them. Like, see, this is really beautiful. The font pairing is really nice. I like the colors. The font's really nice. Animation is really beautiful. Again, if you're working on Squarespace specifically, as a lot of my audience is, some of this stuff is going to be hard, but something like this is pretty easy and straightforward. You get 3 icons, some heading text. This is straightforward. Something like this as well, really straightforward. Just to even think about putting a badge on an image and designing this, or having buttons like laid out like this. This is really nice. So there's a lot to consider. Now, when you're looking through these sites, the main goal is to get inspiration and get a feel of what you can do on your site. So you find a site like this and you're able to then customize it. You could go in and see some of their pages, see how they lay out content, and use that as inspiration for your site. Now, number 2, this is probably one of my favorite tools. When I found it, I found love. Coolors. It's a great way for you to create color palettes, especially for small businesses that are coming to you with very little information, an archaic site, or they trust you to do all of it for them. So what you can do, click start the generator, and basically you start a palette. It's really nice to start with one main color that you like. So let's say, for example, I really liked this green. So what I'll do is I'll hit this little lock, and then I'll drag it. I'm just going to drag it over to the side here. And what you do is you hit the space bar. And every time you hit the space bar, it's basically generating a different color palette. So I'm going to go back. I like this. Let's save that. And then you keep going. So I don't need a ton of colors here. Really, if I have this as a main color and this as an accent, I'm already doing really well. What I would probably add is I'll just click here and I'll do full white, and then I'll do full black, and then I'll save these. You could use the shortcut Command 4 as well to do that, and then maybe find something else, but I'd probably just find a gray. So let me go to full white, and I'd probably find a gray that is lighter. So let's try this. Okay, that's gonna stay. Let's try this. I like CCC. So I'll drag this over here. Boom, just like that, we have a full color palette. Let me move that there. And what I would do is once I start getting it into Squarespace, I'd start testing it. So this would be the main color. This would be the accent color. And then obviously the black and the white. And the gray is just for any other additional accent that you need. And as you can see, just like that, in 30 seconds or a minute, I just created a color palette. I'll go into the site and test it, see how this green sits on this champagne pink. Maybe it needs a little change, and so what I'll do is I'll go either for a darker green or maybe say a lighter color. Who knows? Just depends on what I think feels better for the client. Again, for a small business, they're not, maybe they will, but sometimes they will not actually care in specific detail about all these things. So you get the option of being able to find things that you like. And maybe at the end of the day, you don't like this color, but what I would do is I just lock it. Let me just save this for a sec. And then I do that until I find something I like. So just going through the colors until I find something that works for me. Okay, but I really like what we started with, so I'm going to stay right there. Now, the next tool, this one is 2 tools in 1. So it's nice to be in your website tool like Squarespace and find the fonts that you like, but it's really nice to actually be outside of that tool and look at other fonts and see what's out there in the world and then come back. Now, Squarespace primarily houses 2 schools of fonts, if I could say it that way. They house the Adobe fonts and they house the Google fonts. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And they house a lot of fonts that I actually wish people used more. But as you can see here, you could come to Google Fonts and start typing in some things you like. Fonts.google.com. Boom, while you're on this page, you can start looking through fonts. And the first thing I do is I go to sort by. It starts with trending. We're going to go to most popular. That's where we want to start. But you also see you could do newest or by name. So if I go to most popular, you can see here, there's a lot of different styles. Now, obviously, there's languages here. So you could do all languages or just change it to whatever language you want. But for now, I'll leave it here. Roboto is the font that Google uses for everything. If you use Gmail, they use Roboto. Basically, every Google tool is Roboto. I even imagine this might be Roboto. Okay, then there's Open Sans. Really popular, beautiful font. I'm not going to pronounce this right, but Montserrat, whatever this is, this font is used a ton. If you're in real estate, if you are in, what other categories? Real estate, consulting, Montserrat is a great font. Poppins is a beautiful font. I absolutely love it. It kind of is interesting for me right now because Squarespace uses it on everything. And so if people are launching a new site, they often launch with Poppins and it just kind of makes it more generic. I don't know. I still think it's a beautiful font. Some other fonts that are very notable, worth mentioning, will be Source Sans Pro. That's a nice font. Oswald. All of these are really nice. Where's Inter is beautiful. I don't think it's built into Squarespace. I love it though. Rubik is really nice. What else is there? Work Sans. Work Sans is beautiful. If you do anything tech or software related, Work Sans works really well. It's a variable font, so it has all these different weights. It looks really beautiful across the board. And yeah, you could go through here and find some beautiful fonts and then go back to Squarespace and look at them, explore them, test them out on your site, go from there. It gives you a way to get a custom feel pretty easily. If you are trying to integrate a Google font into your Squarespace site, I do have a plugin on my website. It's only a few bucks. You could use that. We'll show you exactly how to integrate any Google fonts onto your site across your entire site. Now, what's also really powerful about this tool is that they have just launched icons. We also have a plugin for this. So I'll just say that right now, as I just said it a moment ago, for Google Fonts, but we also have a plugin for Google Icons, so you could add it to your site as well, so that you could integrate any of these icons into your site. These are really beautiful icons. You just click on one. You could choose a specific color from black or white. They have these different things. It's a little interesting to figure out how to integrate into your site. But if you have some skill with like Photoshop or any of those tools, you can download that PNG, but you could download the SVG, change the color, save it as you like, go from there. And you can use any of these on your site. They're the material icons that Google uses for everything. And the search function is pretty nice as well. They have different options from outline, filled, rounded, sharp, and two-tone. So there are a lot of different options here for you to begin. Really, really nice setup and a ton of icons. You could also switch to dark mode to see these and how they look in a different view as you go through them. Last and final note, if you go to our website, there should be a link down below in the description. We have this designer starter kit that if you're a new designer, we show you our tools, we show you our process for proposals, we show you all the ins and outs of being a great and amazing designer, especially if you're on Squarespace. If you're not on Squarespace, you could use this as well, but this is mainly for people who use Squarespace as their tool to design websites. So go to the page, you'll be able to watch this video, get a feel for it, and learn more about what's in the package. Friends, if you got value from today's video, hit that like button. When you hit the like button, it tells the YouTube algorithm some fancy, important, critical information, but it tells me you got value from today's content, so hit the like button. Next, if you're looking to beef up or boost or 10x your Squarespace website, check out the links below. We have a ton of resources for you. Plugins, downloadables, ebooks, blog posts, a ton of things for you. Finally, if you got value from today's video and you're looking for more content just like this, consider subscribing. We publish 3 new videos a week. I can't believe we're publishing 3 videos a week right now. It's a lot of content, but we are. We're publishing 3, maybe even 4 videos a week right now. So if you want more content like this, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.